agents say that it was a hard pass. All right, I only have time for one more question, and please make it good, because this movie... What? Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, I did. He asked if I stole those jokes. Yes, I didn't know that anyone had ever talked about the difference between men and women before.
What is happening with Amy has nothing to do with justice. It has nothing to do with comedy. This is the real pattern, is that she, through the internet and through video, is literally being verbally career raped by an army of unfuckable hate nerds.
It took them so much searching to find 4 tiny things that didn't seem like they would connect in any real way to stealing. It's so far from stealing, it's crazy.
And Kurt, anybody who writes on my show, we sit there, we think of ideas, and then we're like, oh no, that's a Key and Peele. Oh no, was this too some, you know, we've not done so many scenes because it was in a commercial, because one person saw a little bit of it somewhere else. I would never do anything that was even similar to anyone else.
Stupid. You guys have done this before, right? Yes. Yes, obviously. All right, let's just go through this list. Hugging, that's fine. You know, kissing, girl on girl, with tongue, right? Breast sucking, yes. Cunnilingus, yes. Fake orgasm. Shitting into a cup, making out with the shit, playing with the shit in your mouth, more hugging.
Well, Flavia, I mean, this is gonna be a little old hat for you, but let me give Amy here a quick rundown. In a nutshell, it's a marketing video. You know, we're calling it 2 Girls, 1 Cup, and we're hoping it goes viral. It opens on you and Flavia naked, kissing each other over some soft piano music. Nothing too intense, just some light kissing. Then, Amy, you're gonna stand up and spread your cheeks, shit into a cup. Then both of you will lick the shit out of the cup, spread it all over your faces, and then kiss each other some more with shit on your face.
None of the things I've seen someone say that she took, none of them can't be explained as a fucking coincidence, because none of them are like only one person. This is a political thing, because that feminist shit, the guns, and the gun thing, and they are out to get her, and that's why they're taking shit you could do to probably any comic at 10 years in.
Fucking
yes.
Now, speaking of perfect gifts, now this is a no-brainer, all right? Now, this is a gun. Just your regular, run-of-the-mill meat and potatoes handgun.
Welcome back. So, from ice cream makers, thanks, Jim, to weaponry. Now, what have we got today, Clive?
Well, today we have got the villain's favourite. A veteran of more than 75 wars, it's the AK-47 assault rifle. Now, so come over here, let me show you this in its full splendour. Here it is. Beautiful. Now, we have 10,000 of these in secret locations outside the UK to sell today.
I might have to treat myself to one, I think. Now, the phone lines are open.
Oh, we got a call.
Oh, caller.
Hey, did I miss the Steve Irwin coins?
Oh, yeah, you did.
You sure did,
I'm
honey,
sorry.
but that's okay.
You want a gun?
Oh, no, I could never get a gun. I have several violent felonies.
Oh, no.
Caller, you bite your tongue, you silly goose. You can absolutely get a gun if you have several felonies, as long as you buy it on the internet or at a gun show. And caller, guess where you are right now? Bam! You're at a gun show!
You're at a gun show. Yes, if you go to a gun show, you can get an unlicensed seller to sell you a gun. No questiones asked.
That's right. Not one question for you, caller.
Clive, we're not going to get into trouble for this, are we?
You don't need to worry about getting into trouble because, surprisingly, Sue, there are rather convenient loopholes in the rules governing the arms trade around the world, so you needn't worry, you won't get in trouble.
That's fantastic. And just as a reminder to all the parents at home, these make perfect stocking stuffers.
Oh, yeah.
Right? For as young as it doesn't matter. Okay, these are great for any age group.
Now, if you are sitting at home and thinking, is an assault rifle difficult to use, then you need not worry. What do you think child soldiers are using in the likes of Liberia and the Democratic Republic of Congo?
Not one of these.
They are. They're using AK-47s.
A number of comedians accuse Amy Schumer of stealing their material, but she insists it's untrue and even plans to take a polygraph.
I'm literally going to take a polygraph test and put it on my show this season.
I hate when you fantasy people try to tell me how to do my job. Fantasy players are the worst. How would you like if I turn your livelihood into a game? Well, it just so happens that Kevin and Ruxin have a matchup in court this week. You might be onto something. Yeah. What do you think about a workplace fantasy league? Ooh, workplace fantasy league. I love it.
Greg Olson. Oh, you know how Olson does it. Trade in the weight room, you lazy sack of shit.
Oh, you had it. It was right in your hands.
You even picked that shit. He's a clumsy sack of shit. He's the worst.
Yeah, Butterfingers, who married a real butter pussy. He was so solid last week, though. He carried 5 bags of groceries to his tercel on one trip. One trip.
Uh-oh, who has Peyton? Tommy, is that you?
Yep, this is me. What'd he do?
The offer on the house that he loved was accepted.
Yes, Peyton Carriole is moving his wife and kids into a nice, beautiful home. What's that, 40 points? Yeah!
This could be you if you played Fantasy Life League.
Like the hours were like insane, like 12 to 4.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What's the secret to getting it done in 4 hours?
You go off and write the sketches on your own. You don't have to stay there and write them. You
Oh,
can
I
write them
see.
from home.
Right.
So all the pitching and punching up happens within that time,
Got
but
it.
everything else is separate.
And then they crawl into your bed, and because their bones are growing and everything, they can only sleep in certain positions, obviously. The crucifix and the swastika tend to be the most popular.
Because I swear I found the one guy in Manhattan that loves like spooning, you know, just hugging all night. And I like sleeping by myself like a swastika. I'm just like,
when you get successful really quickly and you are offered all these specials, you have to hire writers. You don't know where they got the ideas from.
It dawned on me that I don't see it in colors. I don't. In high school, I went out with this Chinese girl for a while once. I didn't even know she was Chinese. I thought, I don't know, maybe really tired, you know? No, seriously, I felt bad. I kept bringing her home early every night. I said, you get a little sleep, we'll do this again another time. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere.
no, I couldn't be less racist. I mean it. I was at a party 2 weeks ago in LA. And who walks in but Michelle Kwan? And out of nowhere, she tells me that Oliver Stone, you know, the director, she's like, he has this huge Asian fetish. And I find it totally offensive. And I'm like, why, Kwan? That sounds awesome, you know? And she's like, well, I'm offended because I'm Asian. And I was just like, well, I'm sorry, but I didn't even notice that. I thought you were just like really tired.
But now, there's millions of joke police just sitting at their computers waiting for a comic to slip up. At the moment, they have Amy Schumer's head on the chopping block for a few jokes and sketches and her movie. My Babe Ruth bit was in Trainwreck. Who cares? It's just words.
We'll put an asterisk next to Barry Bonds' name, sure. As soon as we put one next to Babe Ruth's name. Getting to break records before black people were allowed to play? Excuse me? Where is that asterisk? Why don't people talk about that? Oh, I'd love to know how many homers the Babe would have hit had Cece been throwing him 92-mile-an-hour sliders. Yeah, maybe the fat boy would have put the cigar down and quit pointing had Jose been allowed to swim 90 miles to throw him a junk ball.
Babe Ruth was a superhero. He was a Superman.
Easy to be a Superman when you never played against a black guy your whole life.
What has white black got to do with it?
Every 12-year-old kid in the Dominican Republic right now could probably beat Babe Ruth.
Blah, 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 blah,
Before
blah.
1947, it's one big asterisk.
It's not like she's stolen hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of merchandise. Oh, she has? All right, that's a matter for the real police. The point is...
My cousin and I were arrested for shoplifting.
Yeah.
It would have been grand larceny, like, but it doesn't take that much for it to be grand larceny.
Were you kids?
Not really. Like, no, I was 21. My cousin and I were arrested for shoplifting. It was compulsive. Like, I was stealing a lot. I've been doing it for years and, like, returning things that I hadn't paid for and getting cash for them. And at the time, she was, like, having a lot of trouble, my cousin. My cousin and I were arrested for shoplifting.
I just saw Trainwreck and I emailed her and told her to write a movie for us. It's been the most fun experience of my life, writing with her and her sister Kim.
Many of our other writers are in New York right now, so we're accepting this on everyone's behalf. So I do want to thank all of our writers, my work husband, Dan Powell, Hallie Cantor, Kim Caramelli.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. Now let's talk about your shoplifting problem.
Oh yeah. So
what were you getting out of that?
Oh, the physical experience,
The thrill of stealing?
the adrenaline, the getting away with it.
And something about the darkness, we just lose all of our inhibitions in the darkness. Is the popcorn really that delicious we must shovel handfuls of it into our mouth?
Popcorn, the way I think we all eat popcorn, which is, you know, at first don't you always kind of start out kind of like lying to yourself, like, like one piece at a time, you know, and then like you get a little more real, right? And then eventually you just like, you get real, and it's just, like I've split my lip trying to get one more kernel. It's true. Do you eat popcorn like that, though? Are you a popcorn lover?
Yeah, I do, and I eat it exactly like that.
You have a gorilla masker?
Patrice would never say she stole that. Patrice didn't think it was his.
Right.
He basically fat Jewed it. He was curating it, collecting those fucking sayings.
I saw her in January 2014. She did that stuff, and she was asking the audience, you know, you heard terms like that. What else is there?
So you're a guy at a comedy show who heard Amy just playing with these and going, hey, what are some of the other ones, asking the audience?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just naming sex terms, like that anybody could know. Like I like learning new ones, so I would have the audience tell me one.
He was curating it.
No, like I like learning new ones, so I would have the audience tell me one.
Well, don't you think that a joke like that is a little corny or hacky to close out an Apollo show with?
Yeah. Yes, I do, Jack.
Why did you do that then?
Because you know what? It murders.
He showed some pretty incredible loyalty to her during that whole plagiarism scandal, especially when he was one of the ones who told her to not do one of those jokes because it was a Wendy Liebman joke.
She had to see an HBO meme of Amy with her joke, right? Which Amy didn't steal from her, but it's Wendy Liebman's joke first, hands down. So then her tweet disappeared, I'm assuming because they hashed it out. Now that was a legit thing that had to be addressed by Amy. Sure. She fucking has respect for comics. I like, it's not even in her character to, on purpose, take someone's shit.
I would never do anything that was even similar to anyone else. You know, and her joke, it's the same punchline as mine. That Kurt Metzger even said to me before I did my special, I've like heard jokes like that on like the comic strip answering machine. Like I think that's like a little hack. And I was like, yeah, but you know, I wrote it and it gets a laugh. Because you know what? It murders. And I was like, yeah, but you know, I wrote it and it gets a laugh. You know, it's the same punchline as mine. You know, I would never do anything that was even similar to anyone else.
And so, you know, right now there's no plans for the TV show to come back in any time in the near future.